Hello, this is Greg Allison Griggs. Is Yevgeny Prigozhin, the head of the Wagner Group, the mercenary group that's done so much work for Vladimir Putin, one of Vladimir Putin's right-hand men, cooking a coup in Russia? Well, that's exactly what's being alleged by Igor Girkin. Now, this is something I've alluded to earlier. I do believe I made this point earlier because there's really strange things about what he's been saying. We're going to be looking at this, but even more so, uh, not just what Gherkin's saying, but guys, the sun. The sun has got something cooking too. It's got something sleeve, and I alluded to that in a previous video. There's huge sunspots on the other side of the sun. They're so big that they got the whole sun vibrating. They got it quaking. So, guys, the whole world is shaking, including our solar system and the sun. What is coming on us, guys? I got a friend just observed, new days, old days, just observed that the moon is blood red. She thinks that's a bad omen. Well, guys, we've been seeing bad omens this week. Some things are really fishy. And we've been talking about that with the sat phones and quite a few other things. So do they know something we don't know? Or are they just doing what they ought to be doing? Are they just getting prepared like everybody else ought to be doing? Holy smoke, guys, we are in some really strange times. This next few weeks into June is going to be strange indeed. So let's get on with this. Let's talk here about what's coming up. I am going to share some strange with you. Also tonight, I'm going to do one thing. I am going to, toward the end of the video, I'm going to open up a request line where you guys can tell me what city you would like to see nuked, so you can get an, I don't mean not really nuked, but the whole point of this exercise is so that you can know how it can affect you where you're at. We can go in and pick cities and we can dial in a nuclear explosion that might be something you would have to face in tumultuous times. So we can do that tonight and as part of our open chat. So we'll do that toward the end. We'll say that to them. Right now, we're going to go straight into the articles. I'm going to update the my chat room over here so I can see what you guys are saying. All right, guys, here we go. We're going to go into this, guys. So here it is. Former Russian commander Igor Girkin. He says that Russia will face a mutiny from the Wagner Group. He is saying it with a certain. He said they will face a mutiny. Now, I don't know, guys, if that's pretty strong language, but listen, he's a Russian insider. He's a long time, he was in the Russian military. He was a commander. He was also in the FSB, which is the Russian equivalent of the CIA, same as Vladimir Putin. And right now, let me show you who this guy is today. He is basically the defense minister for the Russian declared Donetsk People's Republic. Indeed, guys, this guy is, he don't say these things lightly, whether you agree with him or not, guys. You notice that the Donbass People's Republic militia's got a militia flag. Looks very familiar, don't it? What would it look like if it had 13 stars in? Holy smoke, guys, that's kind of interesting. But anyway, so this, we talked about what Mr. Prigozhin was saying. We've talked about that in my recent videos. Basically, he has really challenged the Russian military. He's challenged Putin. He's basically said that Ukraine's winning. He's saying that everything, all the purposes for which Russia won this war have backfired. He said that Ukraine is stronger than they ever were. Now, this may be part of the propaganda. This may be part of what they're trying to do, but he's been highly critical of Putin in the process. Oops, there shouldn't be no sound on this. Let me kill the sound. Oops, didn't realize the sound was still on over there. All right, I see we got 68 in the room already. Very good. So, so let's see here. Hi, everybody. I'll look back here in a minute. So, guys, I'm going to go through these articles first. So, this is really strange that he has taken the line he has taken and saying the things he's saying. We've already discussed this on this channel. In case you hadn't heard it, basically, he's saying that the invasion of Ukraine's backfired. He said, hey, the Ukrainians had 500 tanks. Now they got 3,000, 5,000 is okay. And he said they had 20,000 skillful troops. Now they got 400,000. He's basically saying that everything they went in to do is backfired. It's gone against them. Now, this This is the guy who's making this claim here, Igor Girkin. And like I said, he's an insider. And, you know, I already pretty much openly questioned the same thing myself. There is Prigozhin unfolding a Russian flag. I've actually got one of these flags myself, believe it or not. I've got a Russian flag. So it was given to me by a Russian. So, all righty, guys. So let's get on with this. Keep your fences horse high, pig tight, and bull strong. Amen. Keep skunks and bankers at a distance. Amen. That was a good saying there, Rochelle. All right, Desert Rose, how you doing? Someone undo it. Wouldn't let me undo what, Rose? All right, guys. So, guys, that's pretty serious. Now, you know, it could, you know, the thing in Ukraine's not going as well as you know that Vladimir Putin thought it would at first. This may be their way of kind of making amends with their population. If you make the enemy look strong, it makes your resistance and deal with them look even stronger. It makes this taking a Bakhmut look even stronger. But he's pulling out of Bakhmut. He's giving it back to the Russian army. So what's he going to do? The Wagner Group, is he going to use it to stage a coup? I speculated actually he was, you know, he would probably wait until something happens to Putin and then step in. That he plans to be the next guy in charge of Russia after Putin. He may not be going after Putin directly, but he wants to position himself maybe to be the next guy to step in. He's not he's a hardliner. So if you think the war ends with him, I doubt it. Now it could be. Now, so he's also a populist, because one of the things he's done, he's trying to appeal to the popular front of the Russian people, because he says, oh, look at all these Russian elites. You know, while your kids are dying in the battlefield, their kids are playing in Paris. So he's trying to appeal to people. I think he's making a stage for him to make a run for president. You know, why would he be taking that tack if he was actually planning a political move? But now it could be he's planning to stage a Uncle Jesse. All right, Tommy, thank you. The Duke's a hazard. Y'all funny. All righty, guys. So he is planning to do something, but it could be part of the propaganda. But you know, why would it be part of the propaganda for somebody to come out and say that he's planning a coup? I mean, that's what I got to really ask, guys. Why is that the case? Why are they doing that? So that is really off the top. So Girkin accuses Prigozhin of preparing for a coup in Russia. And this has been stated by some other people. And he actually says it. I mean, this is a video of Girkin. So if you doubt it, this is Girkin. And again, just to confirm it, there he is, a little bit younger. And you can come in here to this, and you can actually see him. He actually.
Что-то я не слышал ничего подобного о том, чтобы в Вагнере приносил.
He's speaking in Russian, but somehow I haven't heard the Wagner Group that they take an oath to never fight against Russian army against Russia. So he's saying they haven't done that. So you can go on into this. Yeah, he basically puts all these statements in here. All right, I got internet connectivity problem. I don't want to push it too hard tonight. I might lose my signal. But anyway, it's all in here, guys. So this guy is actually making these accusations. That's not far afield from what I stated the other night. So things are really strange over there. What does it really mean? Is it a coup, or is it he's just positioning himself because there's going to be a free-for-all should something happen to Putin, and maybe Putin is sick. Some people made that allegation. We don't know if that's true or not. It could be more propaganda from our side claiming Putin is sick. But whatever the case is, one of these days Putin won't be there. Nobody lasts forever, right? So I think he's setting himself up in some fashion to step in if he can. I don't know if he's going to try to force his way in early, or if he's going to just bide his time and try to step in when the opportunity avails itself. Did y'all see the whales are ramming boats? Yeah, they've taken down 3 boats. Isn't that interesting? So, oh yeah, I meant to start over here. Guys, here it is. This is that big sun. We'll go back to the Russian thing in a minute. This is that big sunspot. And what's it say here? It says there's a sunspot on the far side of the sun. That means the other side. So large, it's affecting the way the whole sun vibrates. Guys, this thing could be very serious when it comes around to us in June. In 10 days, this thing is going to be beginning to turn around. It'll be on the limb of the sun, and then, you know, over a few more days, the sunspot will be facing us. So what do you got? 10 days, 15 days till it's really a threat. Might be just enough time to get ready, guys. Prep, get ready, prepare all you can. Go watch my videos, teach you how to eat free from the weeds and the trees by all means, but you need some carbs. Go to the big box store. Hey, CM3, thank you. Love is the answer. Amen to that. Why aren't we discussing Earth's 12,000 year cycle? There is a cycle, but I don't subscribe to Suspicious Observer's version of it or the Chan Thomas story either. The redneck, if it was a real tool, oh, you talking about your wrench? Appreciate that, CM3. Hey guys, you know that this, we'll get back to that in a little bit. There are cycles. There are definitely cycles. There's things that happen on cycles, but I do not agree with some of the stuff that's floating around out there. And I've discussed that in the past because I got evidence that blows that stuff in the water. Guys, really and truly, here's a good chance to get ready if you can do this by any means. You can get a 3-month supply of long-term food that lasts 25 years, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can bug out with it. It's $200 off, 2,000 calories a day, make you a winner. And you can bug off with it. If you can't handle that, there's a 2-week supply for $127. And guys, I spend more than that in a week. So you need to think about this if you can. But of course, dude, like I said, go to my videos about eating free from the weeds and the trees, and go to the big box stores too. Cool thing about this stuff though is it's so easy to bug out with and so easy to bury in the back. So when they come knocking on your door and digging around, they won't find everything you got. This stuff is easy to conceal, easy to hide, and easy to put on the go. So it gives you a lot of options. So think about that, guys. But anyway, yeah, so here he is. This is a Girkin making the accusation. There he is here. So he's now the minister of the Donetsk People's Republic, and he indeed was in the Russian military. He was a commander. He was in the FSB. So he is quite into this Russian Federation business. So don't doubt that for a second, guys. And this is what I thought I was going to show y'all. No, that ain't what I thought I was going to show y'all. Somehow that didn't go where I wanted it to. All right, I'll have to go back. I'm going to show y'all, maybe it's toward the end. I just want to show y'all Canadian preppers, one of his videos, but I'll do it in a minute. We're not ready for that. All right. In fact, I can probably close that. I need some memory. Bing. All right, guys. Ukraine-Russian war. The latest, Putin attacks Kyiv with airstrikes. His capital city has its birthday. Happy birthday to you. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, that's the way war goes, right? And, so there's a lot of intelligence claiming that Putin is going to cause a radiological leak at Zaporizhia if the spring offensive is launched by Ukraine to kind of to deter those troops. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. Both sides are putting out a lot of propaganda about Zaporizhia. So it's really hard to tell what's going down there. But I'm beginning to want this whole spring offensive is propaganda too, because look at it, guys. Spring's almost done. Where's the offensive at? They're running out of spring. So what are they really doing? Are they going to launch it in spring as a summer offensive, or is it no offensive? What's really cooking on the Ukrainian side? I don't know. I'm beginning to really question this whole spring offensive narrative because they really snow the redneck prep and do Mac is going live, got to go. Who's Do Mac? Okay. All right, Redneck Pepper, you're gonna miss us, man. I got some stuff to go on here. All right. Medvedev says the war in Ukraine will last for decades. Of course, he's threatening this nuclear strike. I covered that in my last video that I uploaded, guys. You need to check that out. And then straight from the Ruskies from the bear's mouth, talking about Ukraine's demanding German missiles capable of striking Moscow. What did I talk about in that last video? This is the kind of thing that, according to the Russian rules for nuclear war, permits nuclear war. And I've showed you that in my video that I posted yesterday. I actually showed y'all the Russian policy. We've heard other people talk about it and chat about it, blah, 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 blah. The heck with that, I showed it to you, went through it. So we can end all the questions and debate about it because it's out there. It's on the Kremlin's website, straight from the bear's mouth. And I shared it with you. And actually, we've already stepped into that area. According to their rules, they've got the right to attack if they so choose now, from the way I sit here. But anyway, I don't think they're going to do it today, but who knows tomorrow. Well, according to the Sputnik, there's been a deal on our debt ceiling. How about that? I get that from Rescue News first. Isn't that funny? So, yeah, all right. So there's a lot of stuff in here, guys. Let's go to this Chinese malware. Now, what China's doing is they've actually run malware cyber attacks on Guam specifically. This might be the preparation for a Taiwan invasion. I've already said, and Dr. Peter Pry also said, that you'd see an uptick in cyber attacks before a war starts. Well, it's getting interesting, guys. It's getting very interesting. Is China preparing to attack like real soon, or sometime this year, or the end of the year? Guys, I don't know, but things are getting a little too interesting. A little too, it's all the more reason to prepare. Yeah, he said, could launch, Mr. General Keene, China could launch massive cyber attacks on infrastructure in U.S. homeland if war breaks out. Well, no duh. We've been saying that, right? But they're already launching cyber attacks on Guam and around military installations. Well, yeah, China denies allegations of hacking U.S. military base in Guam. Yeah, of course. So, of course, they've also they're buying land near all our military bases and blah, 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 blah. So, guys, this will be we've never had a war like this. We've never had a war where we're so infiltrated. We've never had a war where the so-called enemy is all within your country, in your academia, in your industry, got property next to your military bases, who sells you the basic, most important, vital components of your critical infrastructure, and may have devices planted in it that could take out said infrastructure. Guys, this is, what in the world is going on? Why have we allowed ourselves to get where we're at? This is a scary thing, guys. Oh, yeah, and China's also come up with a way to generate a plasma that would drive rail guns, coil guns, and lasers like mad, and provide a lot of power to these electromagnetic weapons. And they're generating a plasma through an explosion, would fire off lasers and all kind of stuff, high voltage, high currents. So, guys, this is they're getting pretty serious over there. And finally, I'll change the topics again. Elon's brain implants were just approved for human use. You'll be able to save and replay memories, it says. I don't think they're up to that level. They don't have that much technology in this. They haven't mapped the brain out. They don't know enough about memory to do it yet, but it may be coming. It may be coming. This is where I want to go to. This is the beginning of the cyborg age, guys. Are we in science fiction? We're in a bad grade B science fiction movie already. Would you give Mexico a piece of Texas? Oh, what is this, man? I don't understand about this war. Ukraine could split like Yugoslavia. Well, I say that, I believe in the right of self-determination. If the people, hey, Keith, appreciate it. Thank you, man. Keith is one of our best supporters here. He chimes in and helps us all the time. So appreciate that, Keith. Guys, I do believe in the right of self-determination. If the Donetsk and Luhansk Republic, the Donbass region, really want to be separated, then let them vote for it. And I say people have the right of self-determination. But guys, on the other hand, Crimea is going to be contested one way or another because it's too strategic. To Ukraine, if Russia's got that fortress right there right at their underbelly, Russia could keep stabbing at them from it, so they don't allow that. At the same time, it's a huge loss to Russia strategically. It's a huge strategic asset for them for a warm water Navy base. They're not going to give it up. And so could easily be the source of a nuclear war contest over Crimea. But I don't think that Ukrainians can take it directly by force, because I think it would deplete their forces so much that they would be pummeled by Russia afterwards. And if they won that battle, they'd lose the war as a result. So I just don't see them being able to do that. And so Sim 3, we'll get back to that 12,000 year cycle here shortly. So we'll talk about it a little bit. So why would we want a brain implant? That's a good question. Now, Elon's you know, at first say, well, this will help people that are paralyzed, blah, 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 blah. Well, maybe. His first excuse for rolling this out was something that actually dawned on me before that he ever announced this is how, you know, he claims that humanity can combat or be on the same footing with AI. He says he's scared of AI and AI is going to take over. Hey, Desert Rose, thank you. And he claims that if people have chips, we'll be competitive with AI because we'll be at the same level. We'll be part of the system, blah, 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 blah. But everybody don't buy that. What I tell you, survive. I tell you, the goal of this channel is help you survive, thrive, and stay out of the hive. If you're putting this in you, you are in the hive, as far as I know. Now, maybe that you got some way to have a firewall to keep from hacking you. But how well does that work for your operating system on your computer? Is it really yours or is it Microsoft? Does it get hacked or what, guys? All right. Now, Canadian Prepper actually had a good interview with this Dr. Hugo de Garius. And this guy, this is a very interesting, most cerebral interview I've seen on Canadian Prepper so far. And this guy is postulating of a future war between those who are trying to create the AI, the people that take it, because she says that the people that take it will be more AI than human once they take it, because the AI will be so powerful, they won't even be human anymore. And he claims there'll be a war from the Terrans and the people that want AI. Big Worm Lee was on Modern Marvels. Yeah, we know that Big Worm Lee tells us that every day. Yeah, I was on, I've been on quite a few programs myself. I don't play that stuff every day. You don't see me, you know, I can show you me on C-SPAN. How about that? Anyway, so, all right. Yeah, that's a good video. I recommend y'all watch that on Canadian Prepper. And he's going to do another part on this. And so this kind of plays in with what's going on with Elon. So I've actually got a bigger theory. I kind of disagree with this guy a little bit. I posted a comment on his channel talking about it. I did tell him it was his best interview yet, but you know, I say, guys, you know, he does believe there was some kind of creator. He thinks the creator is a dispassionate creator of the universe. But you know, I say, look, we've got a soul. And the biggest question to me is not why is there a universe, why is there life, it's why are we as spiritual beings living in a physical universe. I mentioned that in here. I've also mentioned my universe and the solo cup that I've talked about on here before, and I'm saying I'm going to come in here and talk about this stuff some more. So that's something y'all might want to come in here and on this video and give me some more likes here, run it up the list. So yeah, anyway, find it interesting, guys. What in the world is this article? A bunch of ads. Oh yeah, if y'all hadn't seen this, Biden is giving the climate activists ties to China veto power over the military contracts, because they all got to be green, and China's got the solar panels and blah 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 blah. So guys, of course, what to worry about? You know, our woke military can defend us from anything, even if we did give all the ammo to Ukraine. Oh my gosh, they'll defend us from China, right? I don't know. So guys, here's another one. Guys, look at this. If you think that they're coming after your stoves and coming after your propane, coming after your wood stove, your gas-powered cars bad enough, guys, they're going to be coming after your pets. Oh yeah. The next thing is your pets. Where's the end to the madness? And it's these guys flying around in their jets that's coming after your pets, like the guys flying around in your jets are the one flying around the country lecturing you, telling you what you can't have because your cows and your pets are going to cause the end of the world, because maybe you got a cow that's going to cause the end of the world. And they forget that we had millions and millions of buffalo once upon a time. They forget that very conveniently. So I said we should give Wild Bill Cody the Environmentalist of the Millennium Award, because he obviously saved the entire universe by wiping out those infernal buffalo. Yeah, right. Anyway, CEO of one of the world's leading luxury airline claims that having 3 pet dogs is as bad for the environment as flying on a private jet. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Really? Wow. Y'all buy this stuff? Where do they come from? They'll make a virus for pets, like Planet of the Apes. Hey, you know what, Jason? Yeah, they got something for the pets, maybe something for us. Who knows? Planet of the Apes. Yeah, they'll give you Elon Musk robot or some of these robots, and that robot will spy on you. Your robot, your personal assistant, is going to come from Bill Gates. Do you trust that? Now here's a funny one. Look at this. Left-wing extremism linked to psychopathy and narcissism, according to a study. Now, this is a scientific study. I'm surprised. Let's see, continue reading. Oh, we're not going to get this out of here tonight. But, guys, this was an interesting article. It didn't say being on the political left. It says left-wing extremism, okay? All right, guys. Seriously, guys. Earthquakes. Wow, guys. Ooh, that's a fresh one up here. Fresh ones in Alaska. Fresh ones in Puerto Rico. We got some pretty good shakers, and they're all using the usual place, 5.6 Solomon Islands. Solomon Islands has been shaking a lot lately. Indonesia, 5.2. And right here, what's this one inside this fresh one? Too. Kazaloff, Alaska. Well, we got a big one right here. Port Allsworth. It's Puerto Rico. North of Suez. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. All right, what's this in Afghanistan? Where's that at? Yep. 5.2 in Afghanistan, guys. Look here. Yellowstone. Yellowstone's a quaking, guys. Quaking and shaking. This is the last thing we want to see, right? I'm sure Mary Greeley has told you about it. She would not let that go unannounced. And of course, West Texas. Always something going on. Or actually, it's New Mexico. Between West Texas and New Mexico, this little area right here is really active for some reason. Has been for some time. Anybody got an explanation for that? Is it fracking or is it something else? Can check the peninsula. Japan. You know, Japan's shaking a lot. Hawaii got the volcanoes. All righty. We're about to go to our nuclear war thing. We'll talk before we do that. We'll talk, let's see, hobo, ocean sailor. The same thing, cameras don't lie. They've already caught, they just need to be rusted. Oh, what do we need to rust there? Hobo, ocean sailor. Mary says it's going to blow tomorrow. Well, that's what she's been saying for gosh knows how long. Who knows, one of these days she might be right. Yikes. Let's hope not, but yeah, it could happen. That's right here. All right, things are pretty mild, not too hot across most of the country, and 60s are, you know, B70s, 50s up in the northern tiers. Fargo is 68. So what Maine's looking like? Well, cooler in Maine as usual, right? Bangor 57, Pat 55. Scroll closer. Bing. All right, Holton 55. All right, guys. All right, 62 in Hunts Patch, Alabama. Over here in Albuquerque. Took a wrong turn in Albuquerque. What's that come from, guys? Who took a wrong turn in Albuquerque? Maybe it's a left turn. All righty. Sholo 55 and Holbrook 64. Snowflake 59 right between them. All righty. Phoenix is warm. That's not surprising. 82. Las Vegas 82. Nasty weather here in North Carolina. Well, we had some thunderstorms earlier, but it wasn't too bad here. My daughter is an environmental scientist. She's become awake too. Uh-oh. Proud mama here. She is going to be dangerous. Oh, she's not woke. She's awake. That's different. Being awake and being woke is two different things. All right, a little thunderstorm activity here. Some up here in Dakotas, Nebraska. Yeah, that was a storm I think was here earlier. Yeah, North Carolina is getting hammered on the coastal area. That's pretty close to where I launched my award-winning rocket. I'll bury into there. Hey, who we got from other countries in here? Hey, Anton. Yeah, is that where you're talking about, Anton? Right here. Topsail Beach. Now it's spelled Topsail. The locals pronounce it Topsail. Yeah, so I was, right in this area is where I was at. That's Wilmington. We were real close to Wilmington. So that's north of Wilmington, north of Jacksonville. That's pretty heavy thunderstorms right there. Yep. Let's see if we can get in here. Carolina Bay. Surf City. There we go, North Topsail Beach. Yeah, right in this area is where Topsail Island. I was at a grass airstrip just inside here. I launched a rocket back in 1997, Guinness Book of World Records. Anyway, guys. Yeah, I'm in the Guinness Book. Why somebody going to tell me every day that Lee's on Modern Marvel? Somebody bringing up there every time we have a chat room. What's up? Oh, you're single, Big Worm. You trying to get a date, huh? All right, Big Worm. Is that a real place? Where? Oh, Pam Hoffman. Hey, are you the Pam Hoffman I know from NSS? Where's Pam Hoffman at? Are you at the ISDC, Pamela? There's an International Space Development Conference going this weekend. Maybe I should have been there, but I got too many things going on in my life right now. I'd like to went to this one. It's in the Dallas area. Greg, please finish your comment on what's happening in June with the sun. Okay. Come back to that. Is Pam Hoffman in here? There's Pam Hoffman. Yeah, it's her. Hey, Pam, what are you doing, girl? I chaired an ISDC in 1993. Pam chaired the one, 1995, because the 94 ISDC was in Toronto. And right now it's out in Texas. Where you at, Pam? They did that in China, the pets bit. Oh, did they? Oh my gosh. That's Vicky's place. Yeah, Pam's a friend from way back. I got a smile from her. I am. So you're at the ISDC. Well, tell everybody I said hi. I'd love to be there, but I got some career things going on. I just couldn't break loose right now and some other stuff. I used to. All right. So watching your show. Well, thank you, Pam. Appreciate that. So let's go back to the sun. Somebody asked me to come back to the sun. So let's go back to the sun real quick. Bing, 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 bing. All right. CM3. And she gave me a nice super chat. So I'm going to pay some attention to her here. So guys, this is a huge complex of sunspots. When you got two sunspots like this, they can have a polarity difference between them. One can be positive, one can be negative, magnetically speaking, although it's like north-south, not positive, negative, and what we say for magnetic fields. But they can have a huge flux loop between them, and that flux loop can be what would build up a lot of plasma into a solar flare and could release a coronal mass ejection or several coronal mass ejections. The bigger they are, the bigger the flares and coronal mass ejections could be. This is on the opposite side of the sun. They say this is the biggest, most powerful sunspot on the disk. Well, right now, no doubt, but by what time, how much so, it's hard to say. But they say in 10 days, this will be turning toward the Earth, which I take that to mean it will cross the limb, maybe to be on this side a little bit. It may take a little longer, maybe 15 days to be facing square at us, but that don't mean, oh, you're not at the ISDC. Okay. All right, very good. Where's the sharp AP? So, yeah, Pam is a friend from the National Space Society from way back. She chaired the 95 International Space Development Conference. I chaired the 93 International Space Development Conference. And now they're up to, what is it, Pam? 41, 31? What is the number right now? I chaired the 12th one. She did the 15th. What's your college degree? Me, I am an electrical engineer. But I've done aerospace stuff for an entire career. So, all righty, guys. This is some serious juju right here. Serious. So this could, I don't know, guys. I'd be prepared for this. We need to keep a close eye on this set of sunspots. It could be very dangerous. Could evolve. And, these sunspots can get stronger or they can get weaker. If it gets stronger, we could be in some serious juju. If it maintains strength, we could be in some serious juju. So, yeah, Pam was up in Ohio back when she chaired a conference, Cleveland, Ohio. All right, so we got to pay a lot of attention to that. So the next thing, do we have anybody in any other countries want to see whether, what are you talking about? JBL. Greg, oh, thank you there, CM3. So CM3, so there's certain other channels that, talk about micronovas all the time. Micronova. They claim that dust from space will settle on the surface of the sun and cause it to crust up, and because it can't get its energy out, it's going to blow. Well, I got a lot of issues with that. Because the sun is made out of hydrogen. It's the lightest element in the universe. And anybody, hey, Keith, appreciate that. Salute, Keith in Arizona. Say there, coming soon. Yeah, we might get the sun coming soon. So guys, we always got to pay attention to things because we haven't got a power grid hardening. I've chaired 2 power grid defense conferences, so that's something I've been working on. I'm in 2 power grid defense organizations right now. Yeah, thank you, Keith. So the deal is that we've got to get a grid hardening because if people don't take us down, the sun will eventually. That's something you got to pay attention to. The sun will eventually. Oh yeah, by the way, keep your immunity up. That's going to be important when things go bad. One of the best ways to do that, aside from sulforaphane you might get out of broccoli microgreens, the C60 oil. Go to shopc60.com. C60 Purple Power. I got mine, guys. This is good stuff. And matter of fact, just for you guys, I'm going to eat one of these gummies here tonight. I only do this ever so often. See, they got the gummies, they got the oil, they got the droppers. This stuff is a powerful antioxidant. If you now I don't get a commission from these guys, but they are keeping me supplied in these as long as I promote it, and that's worth it by itself. Because these things have huge. Just look at Ken Swartz. The guy looks 30 years younger than he is. And so yeah, that's the gummies they got. There's a cherry flavor. Woo-wee. It's tart. It's good. We tried C60 Purple Power. Put in Greg 10, get 10% off. I did not get a commission off these, but they are keeping me stocked. Wow, that's powerful. It's good though. All right. What is this? Oh, that's another story I want to share with y'all later. That one is for. We'll do this one on another channel. That's not the thing I thought I was going to pull up. Where is it at then? Maybe I don't have it up anymore. Well, what a micronova is where a white dwarf is stealing material from the adjacent star, and it gets overpowered and goes into a nova. It's not what they're talking about in these other channels. So what I'm saying here is the sun don't crust up. Sun can't crust up, because if you know anything about a distillery, when you heat a gas up, what happens? Heavy stuff goes to the bottom, the light stuff goes to the top. So if you throw dust on the sun, it's going to sink to the core of the sun. Sun's got more gravity than anything. You got a strong gravity gradient on the sun, so you get anything heavier than hydrogen. Is it going to float on the surface of the sun? Give me a break. By what physics is that going to happen? None. Hate MTG. All right, so never heard of a Carrington event. Oh, wow. We'll have to come over here to Wikipedia. Still Carrington event. Carrington event was a storm back in 1859 that was so brilliant in coronal mass ejection that it woke up miners in Colorado. They got up and started cooking their eggs because the aurora was so bright they thought the sun was rising. You could read papers about it in Puerto Rico. It caused fires in telegraph stations. storm that strong today would take out our power grid for good, and for all those large, big transformers. So this is a huge threat to our power grid. Even the 1921 railroad event would do the same today, because we weren't connected back then like we are today. We have all those large transformers. So we'd be in trouble even with a weaker storm today. This shows that July 2012 CME, which was huge, but missed us, fortunately. That one would have got us had that one hit us. So was that the Mayan calendar event? Maybe we just missed it. Anyway, so check out the Carrington event, Pam. That's one of the things we're really concerned about here, is a huge coronal mass ejection of the sun. Gail, that's saying something. What did Gail say? Gail Firestone. In my life, I have seen Mount St. Helens erupt, the 2 towers fall, OKC bomb, daytime meteor shower, hundreds across the sky. Wow, comet and wars. Yeah, that's a lot, Gail. Yeah, the sun's not going to crust up. And hang on, we'll talk about this stuff some more. We're going to go in a minute. Oh yeah, guys. What I want y'all to watch is a preemptive nuclear strike stuff, and this is where, yeah, I go into the actual Russian policy straight from the Kremlin's website, so you got no guessing about it. You don't have to listen to some other channel tell you what it is or what it isn't. You know, I slowly repeat that link's details in there so you can find it for yourself. It's not hard to find. And I'd say Surviving the EMP would be a good video to watch, because it also applies to a CME. So same principle, or any other it hits the fan situation, you'd be covered. And also, and this is Peter Pry's last book. It's finished by some of my friends in the task force, like David Pine, you can see there briefly, and some of the other friends in the task force, the EMP task force, National Homeland Security, which I'm the Alabama State Director for, in which I've just written I wrote a 44-page paper, white paper. And I got to do the PowerPoint charts for that. I meant to do those today, and I've got too many other things cooking. I got to get them done this weekend, along with a couple presentations I want to give you guys. But guys, we got a bill coming from the chairman, Rob Thompson, the chairman of the Senate Homeland Security Committee, is putting forward a bill that was instigated by my paper. So we're having a political victory here. Pam may remember when I was chairman of the policy committee of the National Space Society, and we had some big victories there too. So don't doubt it for a minute. We can't have effectivity. That's why I started the Freedom Restoration Foundation. It's modeled a little bit after my experience with the policy committee. This was a magazine with an article I wrote about how we had a huge win in Congress. We basically convinced Senator Nelson to do a compromise to have both commercial space and what became the SLS program. At that time, Elons wasn't doing so well, so that was considered a gamble. Now he's doing pretty well over all these rockets. And of course, there's other things coming up too, Blue Origin and such. Let's see here. Always hit the thumbs up. Yeah, thank you there for that, CM3. So guys, other videos y'all should watch is Surviving Nuclear War, part 1 and 2. I've broken it in 2 parts because I've got so much details. This is almost 2.5 hours of programming that goes into great detail that explains to you the various forms of radiation, how to protect yourselves from it, and various species of it. I got a nuclear bug out safe zones video, what to do in the first 24 hours and the second 24 hours after we get an EMP or a nuclear war. So you got all this content here. These are very few of you guys have watched this, and this one, look here, 3.5 thousand, 1.9 thousand. Come on, guys, I got almost 62,000 subscribers. So y'all need to check these out. But these 2 videos, if you've not watched them, watch these. And if you want to know about the Chan Thomas thing, if you want to know any video I got, click videos. Now this don't work so good from the cell phone for some reason. I don't know why. I can't find this when I go into the videos. If I hit this on the cell phone, it goes to every video on every channel on YouTube. But here, if you go on the computer, you can get this. So just type in Chan Thomas. Y'all asked me how to survive a Chan Thomas event, how to do for that, how to bug out for it. I covered that topic, but I also explained to you why you don't have to worry about it. So when I was on Leak Project talking about some of this stuff. Somebody come on there and says, well, you can't refute Doug's vote. And I just shared this video, so I've already done it. I actually calculated how many Hiroshima atomic bombs it would take to evaporate 600 feet of seawater worldwide. Math was my collegiate sport at the University of Alabama in Huntsville, so I can do this. Yes, that is a calculation I made and can do. I can do math, and I can do it very well, thank you. So yeah, back when the cerveza bug was coming out, I did some math. I put up a spreadsheet, and somebody says, well, I don't need no math on my worm farmer. I go, really? Ha, 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 ha. You don't know who you're talking to, girl. All righty, guys. So this video explains a lot. Bug out safe zones, micronovas? Question mark. Why? Because I don't buy it. Chan Thomas, Adam, Eve event flood, no. And I've explained my lot of the this whole idea, we get pole flips, magnetic pole flips, but those don't occur over 12,000 years. You get some excursions from time to time, but it's been a few 100,000 years since we had a full pole flip. We had a major excursion 42,000 years ago. Some people think that might have been responsible for doing it to the Neanderthal people. You're welcome to be a guest on our show, Greg. Yeah, sure. Certainly step late enough. Yeah, that sounds like fun. Greg, with everything going on, is it Friday night though, Pam? Because on Friday nights I'm getting ready for a farmer's market until the farmer's market season's over. It's kind of hard for me to do something on Friday nights. The difference is you and I know it's a distraction. People that, yeah, there you go. All right, so Greg, with everything going on is already crazy, but nuclear, it would not be a pretty thing. All right, so talking about nuclear, let's go to it. Bing. All right, guys, give me a city. This is Flagstaff, Arizona, and this is the biggest, one of the biggest bombs that ever was. The biggest explosion ever made by mankind was a half-star bomb, which is 50,000 megatons. No, 50 megatons, 50,000 kilotons, excuse me. So I did that because I got property here in Snowflake, and I wondered how that would affect my property in Snowflake. Just west of Flagstaff is a weapons storage arsenal over here. And that's why, you can't dial that camp in. There's a camp over here. I couldn't dial that in, so I just put Flagstaff in. And if they took I don't think they can deliver a bomb this big unless they do it by that submarine, the Poseidon torpedo. They claim it can carry the 100 megaton version, which is the full-scale SAR bomb in that Poseidon torpedo. I hope not, because the tsunamis it would create would be devastating. Nippy for real says, you're lucky, Greg. Math isn't my strong area. Yeah, I can handle mathematics. No question about that. So what we can do is give me a city. Well, Gainesville, Florida. All right, we got one. This I'm gonna open this up with Gainesville, Florida. Let's put that in. So if you got a town that's close to you and you're wondering what it might do for you if it hits, I can type it in here. And we'll try a different size. Gainsville. I'll not spell it right. Gainesville. Gainsville. That's right? Oh, I got to put an E in there. Okay. Gainesville. Okay, good. Gainesville. I should be able to abbreviate the state. Let's go to Florida. Boing. Uh-oh. There it is. That's your Sarbama over half Sarbama. Oh, that would be ugly. Woo, that takes out a lot of the state. Now, I don't think you're going to get one of those on land. But what you might get, the more common Russian, the largest bomb that Russia has in their on their ICBMs is 800 kilotons. So let's dial that one in. This is more realistic. And we'll hit a detonate 800 kilotons. Now this is an airburst. That's much smaller. That is much smaller. That's an airburst. The airburst gives you more area of coverage. So this is probably the worst case you might see from Russia if we got into war with Russia and if they decide to hit Gainesville. So I don't know where you live in this area, but if you look at these circles here, that's the fireball right there. It says moderate blast damage. I think that's actually pretty heavy. And this is the thermal radiation, 3rd-degree burns. If you're inside that, you can get 3rd-degree burns. And this outer circle should be the 1 psi pressure range. Yeah, buildings can be damaged all the way out to here, but it might be like broken windows out here at the edge. Fairbanks, Florida, holy smoke. Been to Fairbanks, Alaska. So yeah, this outer circle here, the damage isn't going to be so bad, but inside the circle, yeah, forget it, Fairbanks. If Gainesville gets hit, you're in big time trouble. But all right. What else y'all want to say? Give me another city. Colorado Springs, Colorado. Now, that one is going to get hit hard. Ooh, that one will be definitely hit. Big time. That's going to be hit by ground burst, air burst, and everything you can imagine. They will pepper Colorado Springs. Springs, Colorado. All right, here we go. Boom. We just blew up Colorado Springs, guys. This is more interesting. Oh, you like this, huh? Trenton, where? Smart Patriot. Pensacola, Florida, near Eglin Air Force Base. That's a likely one. I've been to Eglin. So back off. There's your front range right there. Yeah, they're going to pepper this area just because it's got Cheyenne Mountain over here somewhere. They're going to pepper. Cheyenne Mountain's going to get hammered with a ground burst. They'll try to penetrate the bunker there. They'll hammer that place. So this place is going to be hammered by nukes. There's no doubt about it. Right south of Denver. I've driven up down this highway on my way to an ISDC in Denver, no less. Pam may remember that one. Were you there when I was limping around on a crutch, on crutches? I sprained my ankle down in El Paso. All right, guys. So somebody said, what was it said? Chicago. Oh, wait, DF. We got a lot of places to try here. Hang on. You guys are, we're going to go Pensacola first. Yeah, let's spell it right. COLAFL. Go. All right, that's what happens if Pensacola gets hit. More likely to be on Eglin Air Force Base. Let's try that. Go. Yeah, that go for Eglin. Walton Beach would be outside, and Destin will be outside that 1 psi pressure zone. What you have to worry about is radiation. Not as much radiation from an air burst, but if you get a ground burst, you'll get radiation. A lot of radiation, a lot of fallout from the ground burst. I mean, you'll get radiation. Excuse me, I'm talking about fallout type radiation, where when they set the device off on the ground, it picks up all the earth into that radioactive cloud, it radiates it, and then it all falls out as like grains of sand or something, highly radioactive for miles downwind of this event. That's something you really got to watch out for. All right, so we had Eglin. Somebody said we did Colorado Springs. So, oh, you live in Trenton, Florida. Okay, Knightman's wife. So I lived in Trenton. I lived close to Trenton. Actually, I lived in Trenton, Alabama once upon a time. Trenton, Florida. That would not be a target zone. You don't have enough people there from the target Trenton. Yeah, but I forgot Gainesville. You'd be outside the main thing there. In fact, you're in a pretty good place there actually overall. Yeah, you're not far from Lake City. That's where I may be heading. Yeah, we got to talk about that. Knightman's wife. I still got to call you back. All right. How many is it an hour's drive to Lake City? How much of a drive is Lake City from your place there? All right, so we will try Russia would aim for Miami and hit Gainesville. Oh, Lord. It could be. Let's see. Well, hey, they've landed on the moon. They take us up to space station. So they're able to dock with the International Space Station robotically, no less. So all these people trying to say Russians can't tie their shoes don't know what they're talking. Well, Russians can do stuff. Let me just say that. Raleigh, Atlanta, Georgia. That's Houston. Well, we had Chicago first. Chicago. Chicago, Illinois. Boom. Chicago is so big that this blast, if it hit downtown, wouldn't even take out the whole city. Look at that, guys. Which way is the radiation going to go? Yeah, they might toss a few at Chicago. That would definitely be an air burst over Chicago. Still, you hit the middle of the city, it's going to paralyze everything, even if it don't take out the whole city directly. So we had Chicago. We did Eglin Air Force Base. Colorado Springs we did. Atlanta, Georgia, Houston. Right, Houston's next in the line here. We're going to try Houston. I hope not. I got family down there. That's going to be interesting to see. Can't type. Houston, Texas. Well, if it's downtown, my family's safe. My family's up here. I would say they would probably go for the oil terminals down here, or maybe NASA down on this side. So not now, they wouldn't care about NASA. They'd be hitting around here for getting the oil terminals. They might go for the population center though. All right, so let's where else do we have? Raleigh. Let's see what we have for Raleigh. Anton Smith. All right, Raleigh, North Carolina. LEHMAN'S. Let's see. It used to be a real beautiful city. Been a long time since I've been there. We can dial in different sizes, and we can do ground burst, air burst. We can change all this, but this is the biggest warhead Russia carries on its missiles. There you go. Does that tell you if your community's safe? That's the whole idea of this exercise. Or do you live close to that? Let's try Fort Bragg, North Carolina, along over here. Will it still recognize Fort Bragg, or did that name change mess it up? Fort Bragg. Type Brad instead of Bragg. Go. Oh, we don't know Fort Bragg anymore. Yeah, it does. Okay, good. Ooh, Spring Lake gets it. Yeah, I lived in Spring Lake for a while, even out to Manchester. Yow. Okay, at one time I was out a bit further out, but I don't know. That's Ray Road's at. I was out at Ray Road at one time. I first moved out there, I was out on Ray Road, but then I moved right across from the Air Force Base. That would definitely get it. They'd probably put a ground burst on the airfield, so nobody would be flying in and out of there. I take the airfield where Bragg would get a ground burst. It's actually Pope Air Force Base, excuse me. That's the Army's airfield. Ray Road. Yeah, I was way out there on Ray Road once upon a time. I was out about there. Yeah, it's not a good place. Wow. Okay, that tells me a lot. Zoom out. My last place was right around here. I live in that area. Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Just put in Dallas. I don't think it knows the two cities. Try either one. Dallas, Texas. Boom. So you hit these, it actually tells you which one you're on. Thermal blast, yeah. It's pretty good. Actually, pretty good tool here. So what this actually shows you is that the nuclear devices isn't going to take out everybody. The cities would be in big trouble. All your infrastructure would be down. The radiation that would come out from the fallout would be bad. I'm more worried about the spent fuel rods at the nuclear power plants when the grid's down, you can't power them anymore. Scale that and show you about relative to the whole state. That's still a big black eye on the state. Oh, internet's going slow here. Like we have Fort Worth, Chicago. Well, they missed your place. Huh? Okay, good. Let's see here. You gone, Pam? Good night, Greg. I'll watch the video you mentioned later. Pam, thank you for joining us. Appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. Keith in Arizona, still mid-40s for the next 10 days. Oh, wow. You're 6,800 feet. Yeah, very good. Okay, let's do Zarbamas. Well, where do you want to hit with the Zarbama there, Nunu? Do you want to do a full-scale Zarbama or a half-scale? Where do you want it? Lee's place. Oh, is that why we did Dallas? Is that why you wanted Dallas? Trying to nuke Lee? Oh, come on, guys. Don't nuke Lee. I'm trying to get out of here. Hey, Jojo. All right, let's see. All right. Where else y'all want to see? Where else y'all want to see? You want to see another detonation? We're taking the most likely. Let me show you Redstone Arsenal, or actually the one that gets closest to me if it hits Madison, Alabama. The flea markets, I just want to go completely off grid, like camping forever. That sounds like fun. Madison. New Days, where you at? In the house, New Days. That's where joining us. Chicago had riots on Beach Youngsters Road. Oh, yeah, that's why they believe in the higher burst. Yeah, the higher. Well, that's just it. I cover that. I don't know what do we do here. Madison, Alabama. Go. Yeah, you get some EMP out of these, but when you get above 30 kilometers, that's when it's real bad. I'm actually just out of the woods on this because I'm up here. So if it goes much north, I'd be in trouble. I'm good for here. I expect if they go for this area, they're going to, let's zoom in. I expect some ground burst here. Unfortunately, that'll create a lot of radiation. I hope the radiation's going to the west because I think they'd put a ground burst on these two airstrips at Huntsville International Airport because that one's like 3 miles long. And they'd put another ground burst over here at the Army Airfield because they can fly C-17s in and out of it. I've seen them flying out a lot right here. So I expect 3 ground bursts there, and I expect another one down here where we got all the bunkers right down here. You can see the bunkers on this. Yeah, this is bunkers down here. This is Redstone Arsenal, and those are actually bunkers right here. I expect that place would get hit by a ground burst. It might throw an air burst over the population center in this area where there's a lot of people. Madison's got a lot of people, maybe downtown Huntsville. But if the wind's blowing this away, it'll all miss me. Then I got to worry about Browns Ferry nuclear power plant. That's going to be my big worry. All right, what else we going to try? Full scale New York just to show people. All right, Nunu, you want the full Zarbama. All right, that place might get it. That's what's going to take them out. So we'll go New York, New York. ISDC there too. All right, that's 800. All right, we're going to back it out. We'll step it up. That's what your 800 kilotons will do. So let's go full scale Zarbama. This is a full-scale Bomber airburst, which is going to give you the biggest detonation of any device designed by man. Boom. Look at that, guys. Woo! It's a lot of area. Toms River down in New Jersey. Newburgh, Danbury, Bridgeport, Brookhaven will all be in trouble. All that's a 1 PSI pressure wave. That would do some damage, but anything inside this orange circle would be in severe trouble. And there's your fireball. The fireball itself would be huge. There's New Days. Portland, Maine would probably be taken out. All right. What do you want to see at Portland? You want to see Portland, Maine, New Days? Portland, Maine. What you want to see? The typical. You want to see the 800. Maine. Let's hit the go. Yeah, if it was a Bomber, you'd be in. That would be ugly. Now they might. Oh, that Banger's not going to get hit. You'll be all right. You'd be all right in your part of the state if they just hit Portland. Loud, guys. But what's most likely in Maine would be the 800 kiloton. Well, now they may set one off the coast underwater, so kick up a tsunami 1,000 feet high, 1,000, 2,000 feet. Now that's what happens with a 800 kiloton. That's what they put in their missiles. They get 5 to 800 kilotons. That's what Russians put in their missiles. Gelton, a laptop town, I'd say stop it. Glenda Gordon. Las Vegas. Okay, we'll go to Las Vegas. Our bomb with cobalt case. Yeah, that's what they're talking about. That's the nastiest thing you could think of. Cobalt salted. That's if it's off in the atmosphere, that's what you'd call a doomsday device. I mean, that would like wipe out everybody if you put enough cobalt to it. You could destroy life on Earth with one of these things. Just a half-scale Bomber is thought to be capable of taking out the world. If it was cobalt salted, they're talking about cobalt salted torpedoes on this Poseidon torpedo. It's just crazy. Las G-A-S, Las Vegas. Go. Boom. All right, Henderson makes it. Yeah, I'd pretty much get Las Vegas. There won't be much of Las Vegas left. Vegas is mostly inside that circle. Ooh-wee. Rump is safe. Coast to coast might still be on the air. They don't do coast to coast out of Frump anymore, do they? Where are the World War III protests? Here and right, they ought to be some, Keith. You got that right. All those illegal aliens around for a big surprise in NYC. No kidding. Yeah, they might do it then. Airburst over Nellis Air Force Base. Let's see if we can find Nellis. It's right close by. Man, I got some coffee, guys. Let's see here. Hang on. N-E-L-L-I-S. N-E-L-L-I-S. Hope I'm spelling that right. Nellis. A-F-B. It says it's a misspell. Nelly. No, it ain't Nelly. See if we can find it. We did. Nellis Air Force Base. Okay. Yeah, they might get hit. All right, we had a couple of places requested here. Let's see. Makes me wonder what Obama did for Russia to make a bomb after him. Oh, Sarbama. Yeah, let's see here. Port of what? Port. Yeah, I can't even pronounce that. I'll type it in though. P-O-R-T. Who's that? I-A-V-A-C-A. Okay. P-X. Let's go to Looking Buck, Texas. Waylon, Willie, and the boys. All right. Are you going to be safe if this place gets hit? You got to remember the radiation will go miles downwind, quite a ways downwind, depending on the size of the burst. Air burst really won't give you fallout. It's just a ground burst, really. Hey, thank you, Desert, for asking for the thumbs up. All right, so what are we missing here? Thought on Russia has a neutron bomb. They might. You know, Carter started those, but they rip Art Bell. Yeah, Art Bell's gone. But he used to broadcast out of front. That's true. Moscow. Okay, you want Moscow? Well, now our bombs are 300 kilotons off our MX missiles. So we'll go to Moscow. Well, we'll dial this to 300 kilotons. If we set off our W-87, that's what it would do. The W-87 warhead. W-87 warhead. Moscow may be a pick on this thing. So they give you a few cities. Yeah, they give you a few cities that are picks. They just figure they're going to get nuked. All right, there's our W-87 warhead hitting over Moscow. Well, it takes out a pretty good part of the city. Moscow is a huge city, by the way, a huge population. You got a heck of a railway system. Our railroad system is a nuclear bunker, by the way. I've ridden all through the subway, that is, the subway system. I've been all through the subways in Moscow. The subway stations are each one's a piece of artwork. Very good artwork. They did it all back in the communist era. So still got all the communist motifs. Your record snow, you got record snow, Main Lakes. Okay. 300 kiloton, and we'll get send 100 of them. Yeah, probably. We'll send a few. That's for sure. Bad we don't have any more W-88s. Okay, yeah, well, they would probably do some ground bursts in Moscow. They'd be trying to get to those subway stations. Too bad we don't have more W-88. All right, so let's see here. All right, guys, are we done? Yeah, we got the 300 kiloton. Russia's got 500 and 800. What hit Japan was 15 kiloton. At least for Hiroshima. Oh, by the way, we had a person to answer who mentioned something in one of the notes on one of, that video I did on surviving EMP. He knew the guy who was the navigator for the Enola Gay. He actually knew the guy. He is the last surviving member of the Enola Gay. What was his name? Oh, I didn't know it. But anyway, this guy, he said after they dropped the bomb from the Enola Gay, they were all focused on the mission. He said as soon as they dropped it, they all just yelled, "What have we done?" I mean, they really panicked. He said some of those people lost their minds. In fact, I think the statement was that everybody on that flight later just lost their mind over the whole thing. Just the gravity of what they did. When it hit them, they were just sick. They couldn't handle it. They couldn't handle it. It was just, it messed them up big time. One of the bodies in Lake Mead, oh, just sloppy. Okay. San Diego, California. All right, we're going to get to San Diego. Now, that is a likely spot. We'll dial that back to 800 kilotons. Now, I don't know what the Chinese have. The Chinese at one time had a 3,300 kiloton, 3 megaton, 3.3 megaton. We'll have to type this in down here. You can select. Oh, we can set various devices. Oh, yeah, that's something. David Crockett, our smallest one. Okay, we won't do that. So what we want to do, hang on. I'm going to go to San Diego. Well, here's coffee. I'm getting kind of, I've been up, guys, since 4 o'clock this morning. The E SUOCA. San Diego, California. Yeah, they might get some ground burst there. Well, that's what an air burst. Now that air burst covers more area. Let me show you all the difference here. Where do you select that at? There we go. Surface burst. So surface burst, fireball is the same size, but the RF range is smaller because Earth's curved. Because the curvature of the Earth, just like you get more RF distance, the higher you put an antenna up. All right, guys. All you flat earthers, hang it up, buddy. Let's go air burst again. Now watch. See, covers more area. Yes, air burst creates less fallout. Exactly right, Drops, is what I meant to say. Very little fallout from air burst. I mean, you'll get radiation directly off you're going to have all the gamma rays coming out, but you won't have all the other radiation forms. Face the fact the Chinese own us basically at the moment, but it ain't over, folks. There you go. Exactly, it ain't over. When Greg says he is closing the live stream, 30-minute warning. Oh, gee, thanks. I might just surprise you tonight. Shut it off. Yeah, hard to get away from. That's the problem, Keith. Yeah, I'm leaving and y'all don't let me go. Y'all keep throwing me questions and keep me engaged. We got sweet dreams in the house, huh? These sweet dreams. Sweet dreams are made of these. All right, let's see. I don't see. Where's somebody named Sweet Dreams? You'll see in here, Drops. Oh, yeah. Those Nuke trees on Japan was airburst. True. Well, all the buildings out there are basically made of paper that were easy to burn. A heck of a firestorm. 15 kiloton. That was a much smaller device. So don't bring that here. Oh, yeah. Big. All right, guys, we're a family channel. What was Robert saying? Where's that at? Guys, we got a family channel. Yeah, we went to the moon, Robert. Well, thank you, JoJo. You two sing that song. There you go. No, see, now one counter we may have is, yeah, we're going to get a lot of gamma rays from airburst, a lot of gamma rays. It's the gamma rays. Once you get up, say, about 30 kilometers, those gamma rays strip off the electrons so much. That's what produces your E1, mainly your E1. You get E1, E2, and E3 waveforms out of a nuclear EMP. AZ bought my first Mexican jumping beans in Tijuana. All right. Well, thank you. There's smart patron. All right. Let's see here. The real Jacksonville, Florida. My oldest kiddo lives there. You want to see Jacksonville? All right. I might wind up close there myself. Excuse me, guys. Pour me some coffee or something. Keep me up. There you go, Jacksonville, Florida. So again, that's your thermal radiation. That's where you're going to get third-degree burns. Third-degree burns inside that circle. This is moderate damage. No, that's the 5 psi line. That's going to be some very heavy destruction. This is your light blast damage. That's from 1 psi. out the outer edge, that it might just be broken windows, cracked, cracks in your walls, maybe, if you got that gypsum board. Let's see, no bunker deep enough. Deep enough for what? Drops. Lead sheets. All right, dirt will work if you got enough of it. My baby lives outside San Diego. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, let's hope and pray these things don't happen. Or if they are happening, maybe we'll know ahead of time and you can come and get out. San Diego is a naval base. It will be targeted. It might be targeted by a Sarbama offshore kicking up a tsunami. Same thing could happen here. 12:33 in Arizona. Well, it is 2:20. Well, 2:23 here. So we no bunkers deep enough for Sarbama. I'll tell you that. I got to make some coffee, guys. Pardon me. I've been up for 22 and a half hours. I got up 4 a.m. Saturday morning. I haven't been to bed since. It's my second cup of coffee. Now we know what the Apollo Saturn V did, but nobody makes that stuff anymore, Robert. We do have the designs. These people that we lost the designs. No, we got the designs for Saturn V. We don't necessarily know how it all works because all the corporate knowledge of how you build everything's gone. I can do a whole, I think I did do a video on that in Galactic Grigs. So 175 in the chat at 12 to the past. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we got 177 now. And let's see how many thumbs up we got. We only got 119 thumbs up. Okay, guys, help me out. Get some more thumbs up in here. We need them to help the algorithms. That's a good topic for Galactic Grids, my other channel. I think I talked about that some over there. I can talk about it all day and all night long. And also I did Rex didn't cover it on his, I'll do a video showing you why the Earth is, proving to you from my own photography that the Earth's a sphere. Trenton, where I live, is 45 miles from Lake City. Oh, 45 minutes. Okay, very good. 45 minutes. Drops, yeah, you do a piece of that. And this I know. All right, so I think I've got a video on Galactic Grids that talks to some of that stuff. This is my space channel. There's a Galactic Greg. He's a preacher. I'm Galactic Gregs, like Green Gregs. Okay. There's also a Galactic Gregs with an apostrophe. I don't use an apostrophe. That guy is a, I don't know, he's something else. Well, there's a Leap Project video with me there. There we go. I got to do some videos over here. I'm behind. I haven't put out a video in a month over here. See all the videos, just click videos. That's some of the missions I've done. We'll talk some about that on there. Let's see. Actually, I think I was recording a video we did with Rex, actually. Oh yeah, by the way, we flew this rocket around the moon. I worked on that rocket. Guys, here is how you can stop all hypersonic missiles. I've covered this in a few videos here. Started with this video. Starship Troopers. And I'll explain why their Starship ain't the best choice for it. You might also want to see ATACMS in action, how to stop all missiles. Not from space. You might want to see that. Anti-gravity research. This young lady here is no longer with us. Pretty sure in some of these videos I've taught the Apollo stuff. Maybe I need to put another video out on it. Specifically that topic. I don't have one already specifically to it. This is my space, one of my space habitat designs. The SpaceX Nuke Boca Chica. I did that 3 years ago. They dang near did, didn't they? Already. There's a bunch of the old Apollo old timers on a panel that we had. Saturn V moon rocket test stands. Hey, the building I walked through in this video no longer exists. They hid the burst of von Braun too. There's a video I did. One of the proofs that the Earth's a sphere. Mighty F1 moon rocket engine. I might have talked it in that video. Let's see. A couple of videos with Rex in here. Rex Bear. Maybe I'll do a dedicated video on it. That'd be a good topic. I got a whole bunch of topics I need to cover over and behind. It's just hard for me to find time to do all the videos I need to do. All right, subscribe to this channel. Bang the notification bell and click all. I need to put more content on here. I've done quite a few videos over here. Quite a lot of topic area. All right. Some of the live sessions here. I got some live sessions too. A few. Hey, Chewy Weather. How you doing, buddy? Bummer ride home. That building is gone. It blew it up. It's von Braun's old headquarters. Yeah, Pam was on here. She'd recognize Gary Barnhart. Yeah, this is about some of our rockets that we did. There's Tim Pickens. We also talked about it. Yeah, this is rocket projects I headed up, not NASA. My own club and later a company I spun off, private funded. People want to, people say, oh, NASA this, NASA that. No, there's lots of groups involved in space. Not just NASA. Good grief, guys. All righty. Let's see here. Galactic Rest. Thanks for sharing that. Show me, Gil, where it is. I'm not trying to be. What are you looking for? Did you hear anything about the FDA, talk about stock? Yeah, I covered that, Nightman's wife, with my last video. I specifically talked about that in my last video on green grigs. Let's go back. Your channel. Bing, 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 bing. That's in this video right here. Right here. Preemptive nuclear strike. I've also covered the stop hypersonic videos over here on this channel. Safe bug out zones in general, in addition to the nuclear bug out zones video. So I had covered bug out zones. I have. That one got a fair number of views, 21,000 on that. If you don't watch anything, watch how to filter and sanitize water, guys. This is what you really need to know. Winter Wilds. This is a good one to watch for survival food. Aquaponics, gardening, microgreens, prepping, grid down, worm farming, nuclear survival. We got a lot of stuff in here. Hey, old as dirt. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you in here. Chewy, you don't, guys. We need to say a prayer for Chewy. He's having a tough time. Want to find the galaxy with my pillow. There you go. Well, good night, Chewy. Glad you dropped in. There's a lot of pictures, Robert. A lot of pictures, and pictures taken by film cameras. It's not all digital either. No, the moon's not hollow, Steve. The moon's got a lower density than Earth because it's made of more crustal rock on the Earth. That's why we're missing crust on this planet. Earth got a big whack. Ford flathead. I got a flathead engine on my 47 Ford 8N tractor. Do you have a video of what do you have a video of what all to have on hand? Oh Lord. You need to take stock on everything you do on a daily basis and add it up. What do you eat? What do you use? That's the stuff you're going to need. What happens if they're no longer with us? Grids, will the videos be on YouTube? The grid's down, it won't be. If something happens to me, the channel should be up for some time unless they decide they don't like my content, take it off. Cheese. Yeah, that's why Jethro Bodine was going to the moon. He wanted some cheese and moon maidens. Hey, Catherine, how you doing? All right, we got new people joining us. We only got 138 thumbs up, guys. We got 166 in the room. Robert, listen, yeah, they can see our landing site on the moon. It's been photographed by other countries, and they would love nothing better than to disprove that we landed on the moon. So if they had any way to disprove it, they would do it. But they don't. They've been there, done that. So, all right, guys, the moon talk is a long talk. It's 2:37. I can do it, but Yeah, I can talk it all night, but it is 2:37. I've been up since 4 a.m., guys, and I got a few things to do before I go to bed. So I'm going to be up for a total of 24, 25 hours as it is. If we end right now, I'm going to be up for 25 hours. Yeah, I got up 4 o'clock this morning. All right, Robert. Listen, Robert. I'll do more video, and sometime I go live on Galactic Greg, so we'll talk it there. That's my space channel. Yeah, I've seen this thing, Trident, but what are they really? That's why I did the video. I said they're not from up there on Galactic Grays. So who are they? Where are they from? Yeah, I'm drinking coffee right now. This is my second pot of coffee, guys. I'm running on fumes here. All right. Oh, you know, yeah. So you think he's a particular engineer? Okay. See, Drops is an electrical engineer, guys, just like I am. Rex has come a long way with his guest selection. Yeah, he's doing well. All right, guys, recommend me some guests. Give me some contacts. Greenreds.com. There, thank you, New Days. That's my website. I'm going to probably return to Sowing Worms in just a very few weeks here. Oh, yeah, and I got to start raising microgreens and a few things here. Guys, I'm beat. Let's see, not my wife. If you have a water filter, yeah. You got to be able to think about what you use on a daily basis and figure out how you're going to get that. Water is the most important thing. And that's why if you scroll down here, am I still sharing? Yeah. Filter and sanitize water, many methods. This is a very important video. I show you how to use plastic jugs, basically. I talk several different filters on here. I give you the pros and cons. I talk about purifying water is taking all the sediments and stuff out of your water, but don't sanitize it. Sanitizing water is killing the bugs in it. Now, the water filters you buy take out a lot of your bacteria. The good ones do. They'll take out Giardia and all the stuff you got to worry about bacterially, but they do not take out viruses, and there can be deadly viruses in the water. I talk about that in this video, and I tell you how to treat that, from boiling it, for the use of Clorox, for the use of iodine tablets, or even how to use the sun. All that's covered in this video, guys. This video goes into great detail. It's only 23, almost 24 minutes long. And you'll hear one of my neighbors doing machine gun fire behind me, by the way. And that don't spook me none. So multiple tax, your grid. Yes, I got a lot of videos and that kind of stuff. We're about to call it a night here. Keith in Arizona, Cuzo, Inca Dance, Coast to Coast Classes. Smart Patriot, always like Rex's boyish energy. Yeah, that man is full of energy. He's like bing, 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 bing all the time. Rex and I went out to, we filmed some specials for the Weather Channel. And we're on the Weather Channel. There's a program called Strange Earth. There's several episodes. I've been told I'm in. They filmed a bunch of them, but I don't have cable TV, so I've never seen any of them. I watched that one, Greg. It was good. Oh, so you saw me on the Weather Channel? Oh, okay. That's good. Stop share. Bing, bing, bing. Halo. Who was it? Let's see. Yeah, we're about to go here in a little bit. All right, CM3. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, I don't know. We'll do that tonight. I'll pull up my C-SPAN link. Somebody's been every time we do a live session, been talking about Lee being on Modern Marvels. I'll pull up a C-SPAN link for y'all. Diatomaceous earth. Yeah, that's good. It'll stop a lot of stuff from affecting your worm bed and protect your garden. And I know people that eat food grade diatomaceous earth too. They claim it keeps them clean. Top Knot has 2 truckloads of wood chips delivered to his farm. I got some too. Yeah, I've had wood chips, guys. It takes a long time for them to break down though in the worm bed. Let's see, on another big day for a few hours of family, friends, and food. And there you go. Just remember, guys, Memorial Day is for it's for the veterans that fell in war. It's the ones that didn't make it home. Veterans Day celebrates all veterans, but Memorial Day is for those that gave their life in service to this country. That's puppy video. Yes. Oh, just remember that we're Memorial Day recognizes those that fell in service to the country. So use only food grade. There you go. Some people take that, they take I know somebody eats that stuff. I think maybe a teaspoon or something. I'd probably put it in some water. I don't know. Now I have my site set up on Etsy. I can do the same as you, Greg. Okay, what do we put on Etsy drops? That's a store. You selling Diamentaceous Earth on Etsy? Might be interesting. There's only how many thumbs up? Well, it's only got 145 thumbs up, guys. Got a lot more people in the room tonight. So you say, hate that when something dies under the porch. Oh, well, you might have to dig it out. Martin Moore, have a good night. Yep. All right, guys, we need to go. Let's say a quick prayer session. Traveler, thank you for your service. There you go. Guys, New Days has been looking after a friend of hers. She's been having a lot of medical issues. Her name is Miss Mapley. We probably need to pray for Miss Mapley. True Weather was in here tonight. He's a regular. He just recently had 2 strokes, and it's debilitated him. He's lost most of the use of one of his legs. We need to pray for him. We always pray for, freedom isn't free. You're right, JoJo, but we're seeming to be wasting their effort lately. It's like, freedom is precious. So I started the Freedom Restoration Foundation, guys. Check out freedomrestoration.org. Check out our survivaltribenetwork.com. Pray for now. New Days is supposed to have some surgery herself, and she's put it off because she's been watching after Miss Mapley. So pray for New Days. Pray for Granny Lana and her granddaughter. She says her granddaughter's getting better, so that's good. Maybe the prayers are working. And of course, there's Randy Blythe, the Lee Bunny Farm. We've not seen him in a while. I need to call him up, see what's going on. I can launch one on your site. You mean launch what? You mean a product offer? Drops? We need to talk sometime, I guess. No, I can build a Etsy. Oh, man, I was trying to set up an Etsy store, but it disapproved me because they claimed I needed to give them a certified stamped thing from the state of Alabama because I'm a business. Well, the state of Alabama does not do that for sole proprietorships. They checked the business office and said, we do not, absolutely do not do that. And Etsy said, you absolutely have to have it. You got to be kidding me. This, I got mad at Etsy. I tried to set up an Etsy store for Christmas, and I did a lot of prep, a lot of work, and they just torpedoed me, and I didn't have time to recover and go back and try to fix it because my time is limited. So when something hits a roadblock, sometimes I'm just out of time. So that aggravated. I was going to set up a t-shirt business, and I had some good, global worm-in and t-shirts and stuff like that. Some of them were funny. I'll try it again later. I'm trying to get ready to go. Yeah, let's do that. But let's say a quick prayer first. Let's pray for family, not a religious channel. Pray for world peace while we're at it, guys. Let's pray, and let's pray the sun don't get us, and let's pray that we don't get into all this stuff. All right, let's do a quick prayer session, guys. Dutch Dooley, how you doing, Dutch? We're about to go. Thanks for sharing that, New Days. Pro global warming. You got that right. We promote global warming. There we go. Amen. Alrighty, folks. You want to do that? Let me know. I'm gonna do it for my wife. Okay, Drops. We'll talk. Yeah, I'd try to set up an account. They torpedoed me because they don't. You know, I could have followed up and done something to fix it, but I just ran out of time. Alrighty, guys. It's late. It's almost 3 in the morning here, and I will be up for at least another hour because I got a few things to do. But I've been up now for almost 23 hours. It'll be over 24, 25 hours before I get in bed. But I got to go so I can get it done. Thank you, everyone. Hey, thank you, Super Chatters. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everybody, for coming here. And so I really appreciate all that. And let's see. America first. That's right, Keith. Got that right. Well, I'm not seeing. Where's the one asking me about Apollo? There you go, Robert Moore. All right, Robert. We'll talk later, Robert. So I don't mind people asking questions. We got freedom of speech here. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. And with that, I'm going to say Greg out. Good night, and Greg out.